YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another episode of Marvin's Room. I love making these videos for you guys. I absolutely love making these videos for you guys. Thank you for joining me as always, wherever you're at in the world. And to the wonderful subscribers, new, old, in the middle, wherever you at, welcome to the channel. Yo, listen, I wanted to jump on here today, man, and make a video to talk about affirming and why that shit don't work for some people, if not a lot of people. And I wanted to kind of tie in like Neville's work, because I don't necessarily think Neville is the problem, but I think what the problem is I think some of Neville's followers are the problem. Because, you know, when I look at other LOA teachers, whether it's Abraham Hicks, whether it's Bob Proctor, you know, whether it's some of the other big YouTubers that have, you know, 1 million subscribers, or, you know, they have 100,000 subscribers or whatever the case may be, you know, the other popular YouTubers that you guys watch, you know, I really, for the most part, I really don't see a lot of vitriol being thrown towards those people. Or rather, let me say this, people that follow them, I mean, I don't really see a lot of vitriol coming from those kinds of people that follow Abraham Hicks, that follow Bob Proctor, or follow, like I said, some of these other, you know, YouTube subscribers. But the people that follow Neville Goddard, yo, you guys, like, I don't know what it is. I don't know how to explain it, but some of you Neville Goddard followers are like extremely hardcore. And like, he is literally your God. Like, anytime I see somebody spewing hate or saying, oh, you're wrong, you don't know what you're talking about, all you got to do is live in the end, blah, 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 blah. They try to make it seem like you're stupid for not doing it right, or you're making it harder than it has to be. Like, anytime I see any type of vitriol or hate spewed towards anyone, 9 times out of 10, it's from somebody, it's from a Neville Goddard person in a Neville Goddard blog. You know, or if you're in a Facebook group, or if you're on Reddit, like, y'all, like, y'all Neville Goddard people, man, like, y'all ride for this man harder than y'all family members, probably. Harder than your own parents. Like, yo, y'all gotta fall back. Y'all gotta chill for real, yo. I understand y'all really love Neville's work, but Neville is not the only way. And this is exactly why I wanted to make this video, because so many of you Neville fans always talk about all you gotta do is affirm. Affirm, affirm. All you got to do is live in the end, live in the end. Yo, listen, understand something. There's over 7 billion people in this world. There's over 7 billion people in this world. There is no such thing as one size fits all with this manifestation shit. There is no such thing as one size fits all. Everybody can't just affirm, affirm, affirm. It's hard for people to live in the end. And let me tell you why affirm, affirm, affirm don't work for a lot of people. Because whatever the original sin was, whatever the original trauma was that a person dealt with, that shit is still there up here. So guess what happens? When you try to affirm something, when you try to affirm, 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 and live in the end of you being with this specific person, but you failed to realize that you neglected to do the actual work to heal whatever the past trauma is, guess what? Every time you close your eyes, every time you try to visualize, guess what? You're going to see the original sin. You're going to see the original trauma that happened 20 years ago. You're going to see the original trauma that happened 10 years ago. That's what you're going to see. So when you close your eyes, or you just try to affirm, 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 you can't affirm. You can't visualize. You can't see it crystal clear in your mind, in your third eye. You can't see it, because every time you do, that memory gets brought back up. That pain, that hurt, that unforgiveness, that bitterness, all of that shit gets brought up every time you try to close your eyes and live in the end. That's why affirm, affirm doesn't work. And some of you Neville Goddard people out here, y'all make people feel like in this manifestation world, like they're idiots. You make them feel like they're less than themselves, like they have low self-esteem. Some of these guys don't even feel comfortable posting comments because of how y'all respond to people. Y'all got to cut that shit out, man. Y'all literally got to cut that shit out. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy for everybody to just, everybody's different. It's not easy for some people to just affirm, affirm, affirm. It's not easy. And what I honestly believe, I believe a lot of y'all never really went through shit. The people that really talk like that are people that never experienced real trauma. You never experienced real pain on that kind of level. Because if you did, I always tell people, put yourself in that person's shoes. Before you try to judge and say, oh, if I was in your shoes, I would have never. It's like this Olympic situation with this gymnast Simone Biles. People criticizing her because she backed out of a competition because she wanted to look at her mental health. But guess what? She did the 100% right thing. And all these people are saying, oh, if I were her, I would have did this. If I were her, I would have did that. Yo, listen, one of the greatest athletes ever, Michael Jordan, took almost 2 years off after he three-peated in 1993 because his father passed away. He took a mental health break. He needed a break. One of the greatest athletes in the world. And he was a grown-ass man at the time. He was I believe he was like 30 years old or 31 years old at the time when he did it. You're talking about a 24-year-old woman in Simone Biles who needed a mental health break. And she's getting bashed for doing it. And people saying, if I was in her shoes, I would have did this. Or if I was in her shoes, I would have. Shut up. No, you wouldn't have. Because you never know what you would have done until you're in that position. A lot of these people that are talking in these Neville Goddard groups and these Neville Goddard fans and you Joseph Murphy fans, a lot of y'all don't know what y'all would have done if y'all were placed in a traumatic situation. But yet you want to judge other people and say, oh, you're doing it wrong. Oh, manifestation is supposed to be easy. All you got to do is affirm, affirm, affirm. Yo, listen, I love Neville. He's one of my favorite teachers. You know what I'm saying? But Neville is not the only way. Neville is not the only way. Neville is not the truth, the way, the truth, the life. Like that's not, Neville is not it all the time. And that's what you guys got to wrap your heads around, is just because somebody is not following Neville's work doesn't mean that they're wrong. Sometimes healing, sometimes getting through the past is a lot deeper than just affirming or living in the end. Because like I said, people go through real shit in this world. And sometimes instead of affirming, and sometimes instead of living in the end, you need to go to therapy. You may need to work one-on-one with a person to get through that pain and that trauma. You may feel like you need somebody to hold your hand for a year straight. And guess what? That's okay. Don't ever let any of these people in these Neville Goddard groups, any of these manifestation people, or any of these manifestation coaches make you feel like you're dumb or you're an idiot or you're doing it wrong because you find it hard to live in the end, or you find it hard to affirm, or whatever the case may be, because everybody is different. Everybody is different. Everybody is not the same. Like I said, there's over 7 billion people in this world. Do what works for you. There is no wrong path to enlightenment. There is no wrong path to enlightenment. And that's the problem with this law of attraction shit, is everybody, they're turning it into right versus wrong. When like, I believe in spirituality, there's no such thing as right versus wrong. Spirituality is about openness. It's about having an open mind. It's about understanding this person's path. They may have to take, this path over here to get to the same exact spot that I had to take. But this person over here may have to take a totally different route to get to that path of enlightenment, or to get to that path of healing. And this is why affirm, affirm, affirm doesn't work, because so many people are trying to skip over what really needs healing in their lives. If you went through a traumatic event, you know what I'm saying? When you were young, if you were sexually abused, like how Simone Biles was, she was abused by that guy, Larry Nassar, who went to prison a few years ago for abusing all of those athletes. She was one of those people. And then she wants to take off for mental health and she gets bashed for it. But guess what? If you've gone through anything like that, if you were sexually abused, if you've been through a traumatic event, you were held at gunpoint, or somebody robbed you, or a family member passed away, whatever the traumatic event is, yo, listen, you may need to heal that differently than just affirming or just living in the end. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's different. Somebody may be able to heal themselves just by living in the end, or just affirming, or whatever the case may be. There are some people in the world that can do that. But from what I've seen in my experience, this is why a lot of people can't manifest what it is they want to manifest. It's because they're trying to skip steps, because a lot of these people, like I said, Neville people in comment sections and people that follow Neville, they make you feel like, oh, don't worry about the middle. Oh, you don't have to go back in the past and blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? Yes, you do. Why do you think Neville talks about revision? Neville specifically says the unrevised scenes of the past are the cause of all sin, because you keep replaying the original sin, the original trauma over and over and over and over and over. God damn. You keep replaying it over and over and over again. I can keep going. You know what I'm saying? So you absolutely need to go back and heal that and fix that. Like Neville says, go back and change the past. Go back and heal the past. Stop making these people make you feel like, oh, you're doing it wrong, or you don't have to do all the extra past work and all you got to do is affirm, living. No, heal that shit the right way. I promise you, when you heal the right way, when you heal the past and forgive the past, I promise you, you will feel a hell of a lot better. I promise you, you will start to manifest things way faster, way easier, the right stuff. But until you really properly heal the past, you'll never really have the proper future. You'll never really have what your higher self really desires, because the past is always going to be stopping you. The unrevised scenes of the past, the original sins, are always going to be in your way. Yo, listen, this is some passionate shit I just said, yo. Like, I know, like, I get revved up. I get so revved up when I see some of you Neville Goddard people in these groups and like how y'all talk to people, because it's all 9 times out of 10, it's always y'all. It's always Neville Goddard people. Oh, you guys did it. You're doing it wrong. Oh, you got to live in the end. Oh, no, you don't need to mess with the middle. Oh, you don't need to go. Like, yo, listen, man, we got to do better in this LOA stuff, man. No matter if it's law of attraction, no matter if it's law of assumption, we got to do better. We got to do better. Neville is not the only way. Neville is not the end all be all. You know, Neville is not God. Like, Neville is not the only, he's not the holy righteous one. You know what I mean? Neville is great. Yes, I enjoy his work. I enjoy his teachings. But I also enjoy Abraham Hicks. I also enjoy Bob Proctor. I also enjoy Joseph Murphy. I also enjoy Russell. I also enjoy Catherine Ponder. I also enjoy whoever the hell, all these guys, Louise Hay. And guess what? We're all talking about the same shit. Whether y'all want to realize it or not, whether y'all, you know, like, they're all talking about the same shit. Myself, your favorite YouTuber, we're all talking about the same shit. No matter how you slice that cake, we all slicing that shit and putting it in the oven, trying to get that shit to bake, period. But you guys want to try to change it and create this narrative and, you know, be divisive and, oh, no, yo, we all cutting the same cake, man. We all putting it in the oven. Shit's baking. Shit's baking. We all eating it. We all eating it. All right, guys. Yo, listen. It's been another episode of Marv's Room. Straight from the heart. Straight from a real coach. Somebody that's going to tell you the truth, what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Listen, man. Y'all know where to find me, yo. Click on that channel. Hit that subscribe button. Comment on the videos, because I'm bringing that real heat. All right? I'm going to see y'all next time. You know where, you know when.